Hello hackers, welcome back to another stream. Today we are going to learn about Windows Linux operating system. Uh, Basically, we will escalate the privilege escalation and we'll learn about privilege escalation techniques in Linux operating system. So if you are a beginner or you want to learn cybersecurity, so follow me on Medium and YouTube. Alright, so today we are going to learn about the privilege escalation technique of Linux operating system. So we have a multiple technique and I will cover a latest techniques. All right. So here is a privilege escalation. So we are going to solve a practical lab within examples with the practical things with try hack me. So if you want to practice your skills, so just open your try hack me and there are multiple ways to exploit each and everything you can see here, and we will perform practical things in the try hack me because it provides a good lab about privilege escalation. So you have to solve and you should open this and practice privilege escalation techniques on the try hack me. But before starting this, we have to understand why it happened and how we can uh, escalate our journal user to root in the actual world. All right, so I'll explain each and everything one by one, how it happened and how we can escalate the privilege from journal user to root user. It means how we can get the root privilege in any machine. All right, so this is the Linux privilege escalation THM room. So you can practice your skills, your privilege escalation techniques here. So if you have any doubt, any question, just drop in the chat box and I will solve. I'll try to solve your queries. And if you if you have any suggestion regarding my video, so just drop in the chat box. So I will create videos on it. All right. Okay, so let me start from the definition and then we'll go to the practical demonstration. All right, so this is the main thing and this is the best thing in the OSCP exam if you are uh, preparing for EJPT and also OSCP. So this machines and this lab is very helpful for you because I am a certified with EJPT and I cleared this exam uh, by using this lab. All right, so I practice my this skill in the try hack me, and try hack me is a best platform where you can learn, where you can practice your skills. So I'll explain each and everything in a deep, but you should subscribe this channel if you are a new my channel. All right, and drop the comment box. So here is a chat box and drop your questions, your doubts, your queries, and if you have any suggestions. So let me start this tutorial. So basically, what is the privilege escalation? So first of all, this is the introduction of the privilege escalation. It's the most important. If you have a initial access, let's suppose you have a like you got an access on the machine, but there is not like you don't have a root permission, so you have to escalate your privilege. You have to get a root privilege. So this technique is very helpful for you. All right, so I will explain each and everything one by one, how you can do this, why it happened. Okay, so first of all, what is privilege escalation. So just Google it if you don't know. So just type here privilege escalation. Okay, so what is the privilege escalation? Basically it's a cyber attack where an attacker with a low access gain to high level permission on the system. Got it? So let's suppose if you got an access on the machine, on the target machine with the user John, all right, and the John is not a root user and it has a general permissions, all right, on that Linux machine, but you want to perform you want to perform a high privilege task like delete user, manage user, create user, and also you can create some files, you can execute some files, so you have a higher privilege, all right, means you have to use root privilege or root user. So on that case you have to escalate your privilege. You should gain low level access to high level access. That is called a privilege escalation. I hope you understand. Okay, so who are watching me, just drop hi in the chat box. And this is typically done by the exploiting a bug, a design flow, a configuration oversight. Basically the privilege escalation happened with some bugs, some misconfigurations, or some you can say the wrong flows. All right, so these are the bugs. So I'll explain which kind of bugs there and how we can exploit it. And the attacker can then access sensitive data, install malware. I already told you what happened when we have access in the root privilege. So change system configuration or perform other malicious activities. So these are the activities you can perform. All right, so this is the privilege escalation. I hope you understand. So like why it is important? It's rare when performing a real-world penetration testing able to gain foothold. Foothold means initial access. Let's suppose if you have access, then why it's important to reset the password of user, bypass the access control to compromise protection data, editing software configuration, enabling persistent, changing the privilege of existing user, or you can create your own user. You can add your SSH public key, okay, and enable SSH and that target machine so that you can connect with anytime with the target system. All right, so these are the things that you can perform after getting a initial access or by using a privilege escalation. Got it? So this is the definition of the privilege escalation. So now the first is enumeration. So we have a multiple tools. We have an automation tool to get information about the target machine. But here is the main thing that you should gain, you should gather from that target system. So these are the necessary information about the system. So by using these information, we will exploit the bug inside a Linux machine. So let me start this machine and I'll show you how we can perform it. So first of all, okay, so just start it, and if you want to perform on your virtual machine, so you can you should create your vulnerable Linux machine and then perform this task. All right, so let's learn about one by one. First of all, you have to enumerate the host name. Basically host name is a command will return the target machine name, although this value can easily be changed and heavily a relatively meaningless string like Ubuntu. This is the example of host name. Okay, so it can provide the information about the target system's role within the corporate network. Next is the uname and -a. Basically it will print the additional information or detail of the kernel, okay, which kind of kernel or the version of kernel. If it's a outdated version, so you can easily exploit that uname, or by using a uname you can easily get the kernel version, and if there is a outdated kernel version you can easily exploit it. All right, and gain the root privilege on that target system. So the next is proc version. The proc file provide the information about the target processes. You will find the proc on many different Linux, making it essential tool to have a arsenal. So I'll explain each and everything with an example. So just see, these are the information. Okay, I'm not going to explain each and everything, just read it from your THM. And there is a ps command to check the processes, okay, running processes here. And this is the environment. You can check also environment variable. Okay, so by using this environment variable you can exploit that vulnerability and execute your malicious code. The next is sudo l. Sudo l basically it is used to check the allowed user to run commands with root privilege. Let's suppose you have access on the John, you have a John user right now, and by using the sudo l command you can easily check which kind of command John can run with the root privilege. So by using sudo l you can easily identify. And then ls command, one of the most command that use in the Linux, probably basically list the file and folder. So hyphen ls and la to check the hidden files. All right. So next is id basically provide the general overview of the user privilege and group membership. So this is the example of group, this is the example of IDs. All right. And the next is etc password. Basically the file can be easy way to discover users on the system, so you can easily discover the user and by using the etc password. The next is history. You can run history command to check the previous commands. Okay, so sometimes there will be a password exposed. All right. And the second is the if config to see the interfaces, to see the IP address of the target system. And here is an IP route to see the network route, okay, that existing. So these are the information you will get, you have to gather from the root system. So you can try one by one. So you can see here what is the host name of the target machine. So there is a command that is called the host name. Just enter. So this is our host name, wait7363. so this is our host name. Next is what is the kernel version. Basically kernel version is helps to exploit our machine. So just type here uname -a and now enter. So you can see here is a Linux wait and this is our kernel version. So let's try to find the exploit if there is any exploit available. So just copy, Control Shift C, and okay. So let me check. Linux wait73 Linux kernel version is 3.13, 3.13, 13.0 -24. Exploit if any exploit available. Okay, so you can see here is a kernel version exploit is available. So this is the privilege escalation. See, so this is the privilege escalation. Okay, so local privilege escalation vulnerability in the Linux kernel 3.13.0. so it means there is a vulnerable kernel. Okay, so you can also escalate the privilege by using this kernel. So I'll explain, I will practically perform this later. Okay, so the next is what is the Linux, what Linux is. This means you have to find the version. So there is a multiple type. You can just say etc and os release. So you can see here is an version is 14.04. So you can also find the Ubuntu 14.04 vulnerability. So if there is any, so just type here 14.0 and 4. Okay, 04. If there is any vulnerability, you can just exploit it. So you can see here. So here is an vulnerability 14 point. Just you can search it. All right. So the next is what is the version of the Python language. So just try to fetch the Python version, because sometimes it could be a risk of Linux machine. Okay, so here is a Python 2.7.6. so now vulnerability of official. So you can see here is the CV version, CV list of that. So here is the CV is 2. CV is 2015 1380. 1328. So this is the version. So the next is automated enumeration tool. So we have a multiple tool to enumerate information automatically. So linpage, linup, or lease, linux smart enumeration, linux privilege checker. So these are the tools that helps to gather the information about linux machine. So first of all, we will try about the linpage. So just git clone and then clone this repository, copy here and just type here git clone. And now so this is the repository of linpiece. Basically the linpiece is a script that search for possible path to escalate privilege on the linux, unix, mac os host to check. So you can see here is a linpiece. Let's try it. So linpace, linenum. Okay, so these are the scripts. See, Linux privilege escalation auditing tool. So here is another tool. This is the linenum, and this is our linpiece. Okay, so just copy this and go to our machine and just paste here. Control Shift V. Maybe I think here is an R. Let me check here. So these are the tools, so you can easily. Okay, so there is no any option to download here. So if let me show you in my virtual box. So this is my virtual box, and I'll show you, I'll demonstrate these automation tools to get the information about the Linux machine to privilege escalation. So wait, so who are watching me, so just drop hi in the chat box so that I know about you who are watching me. Hey, who are watching me, just drop hi in the chat box. I want to know who watching me. Hey, don't make interaction now. So this is my Linux machine and I want to demonstrate you linpiece tool. Okay, so you can use your linpiece tool and gather the information or gather the path. So now it's login and try to install it. So first of all, just go to here and sudo su. Now just download here. Okay, so see, here is our linpiece tool and it is running right now on my system, and it is gathering the information about my Linux machine. So you can see here is a basic information about my Linux machine. So this is the version of Linux 6.16.8 Kali AMD 4, and here is a host name, here is a ID. Okay, so these are the files. So this is the overview of the tool that helps to gather the information by using automation. All right, so wait for some time and it will provide you a lot of information about that your target Linux machine. So go to here, and now the first is how we can exploit our kernel. Okay, so if there is an outdated kernel, so you can easily exploit it. Let's see how. So here is a password and username. So launch the target machine. So first of all we have to terminate this machine and run again. Now run this machine. So so what is the methodology to find the kernel, outdated kernel, and exploit it? So first of all, identify the kernel version, search and find the exploit code for the kernel version of the target system and run the exploit. Although it looks simple, please remember that failed kill exploit can lead to system crash. So just leave it. First of all, you have to find its version and then find the exploit code and then try to exploit in the local system, and after that we will get a root access on the target machine. So there is a hint, begin to specific about the kernel version by using a uname -a, you will get a kernel version, and then using a exploit db, search exploit or Google, we will easily get the exploit code. Okay, and then transfer from our system to this system. Getting? Okay, so now open another machine and terminal here, and then sudo to now I'm connected with my open VPN server. So see, here is a more information about my machine. See, so these are the information that I'm getting using the tool. So here is a system information, here is a distribution, here is the release version, then I have a latest version 2025.3, and now here is a sudo version. Basically it's the exploit table right now, and next is unmounted files. So see, here is a more information about this. So here is a CV. Okay, and there is second CV. Here is the cloud information, and here is the processes, crons, timers, services, and socket. These are the information about these. And the next is basically we can perform our path hijacking also here, and processes with the unusual configuration, then processes with credentials in memory, and the next is open file by processes when our software or processes are execute. So these are the processes file. See, okay, so here is the cron job, and so these are the information. Okay, so I hope you getting my point. And now go to our here and then here. So now it's open right now, and just try to find the version of kernel. So just type here uname space hyphen a. Now enter. So you can see here, here is a version of exploitable. So let me check here if search exploit. Okay, so there is a no search exploit downloaded right now. So we have to check in our system. Search exploit, now enter. So now we have, okay, just type here search exploit Linux, and what is the version of kernel is 13.3. So this is our version. Control shift V. Linux 3.13.0 hyphen 24 hyphen generic. Now enter. Okay, so here is no result. So see here, here is a multiple exploits. Okay, so now we need 13.3.30 only. So let me check here. 13 is here. So here is a exploit, and the next is this. Let me search again here. See, here is a local privilege escalation. Now let's see here. Okay, so you can see here, here is the local privilege escalation, and by using this we can easily access the etc shadow. Let me try this one first. So this is our exploit, and just copy its name, and now search exploit hyphen m, and now this. So see, I have downloaded. So here is our code, and now we have to transfer it in our try hack me machine. So first of all, let me check its IP address. So here is my IP address, and just run python -m http dot server and port number 808800. So now go to here and just type wget http, and the IP address is 10.17.10.65, 10.17.10.65, and the port number 8800. Okay, and the port number is 8800. Now the file name is 41995.c, 41559.c. Okay, so this is the file. Now enter. No, file not found right now. Let me check again. Again, just type wget http and then IP address 10.17.10.65. Port number is 8800 and then 41559.c. Now hyphen output 41559. Now enter. Permission deny. Go to the temp folder. Now check here and then now try to download it. HTTP 10.17.10.65. Port number is 8800 41559.c. Again, file not found. What's the reason? So who are watching me, just subscribe it. Actually, my so now we are going to exploit the sudo privilege. Okay, sudo privilege escalation by using a sudo. So basically, what is a sudo? Basically, sudo command by default allow you to run the program in the with the root privilege. So under some conditions there is some vulnerability, we will execute and we will use the sudo command and sudo l command to check which kind of programs you can run, and we will easily change their binary path and getting a root privilege. Okay, so we will perform using this. All right, so now we are open this, and let me check here by using a sudo -l and now enter. So see, here is a username current and may run the following command. So here is a command: no need to password to use the user bin find, and no need to password to use the user bin less and nano. See, these are the tools or these are the commands that we will use without any password. Okay, so let's see. So how many programs user current run the target program? So here is a 3. And what is the content of the flag 2? So we have to see nano and then flag 2.txt. Now enter. Okay, control X, and let me check first where is our flag 2 file. cd ubuntu. Now ls. So you can see here, so I cannot run flag 2.txt maybe. Okay, so here is the flag 2.txt. Okay, so how would you use the nmap to spawn a root shell if your user had sudo rights on the nmap? So just there is the interactive another mode, another you can say command to get a shell. Okay, so here is the another command of nmap. There is a nmap interactive. So here is a password of current, and just see the password is password 1. Now enter. Okay, so nmap command not found. Sudo nmap hyphen interactive. Here is my spelling mistake bit. Now again there is some mistake. Wait, sudo nmap hyphen interactive. Okay, I think I remember. Hello brother, I am class 12 student. Do you think I need to work on JE or focus on cybersecurity? And I don't know much of the cybersecurity, but I am having a basic idea. Yeah, it's your choice if you want to get an admission in the IIT. So just you have to go for JE Okay, so both are the different thing, so it's your choice. Okay, or you can go for both. I remember there is a problem of with interactive shell. Okay, so maybe it's not working here right now. It's not working here right now. So this is the another method. Okay, so when you type interactive, so you will get the simply you will get root shell inside our nmap. Okay, so this is the another method. I hope you got understand. Okay, what is a privilege escalation and why you can perform it. So I'll explain with the room. Okay, actual room where you will get a challenges. Okay, so if you want to learn a cyber security, don't forget to subscribe this channel. Oh, no need to delete this, dude. No need to delete this comment. Okay, so for today, this is all about the privilege escalation. So we will cover another technique, another things in tomorrow audit. So bye bye and see you later.